Hello, and welcome to Falco Canine Academy. My name is Andy, and I'm the owner and CEO of Falco Enterprises Incorporated. You will be pleased to know that we are one of the few police canine vendors who is licensed with the DEA, the ATF, and we also maintain a multi-million-dollar insurance policy with the Hartford Insurance Company. We are more than happy to add your department or organization as an additional insured on our policy. We are located in sunny Orange County, California. We have a full-service training facility that includes a classroom and training area. We also have many off-site training locations that include tow yards, more than 50,000 square feet of building space, and more. We also provide everything you will need to equip and maintain your entire canine unit, whether they are patrol, detection, or both. So what makes us better than the other canine vendors? Well, there are many advantages to Falco Canine Academy. First of all, I've been a police officer since 1984. I was a canine handler with the City of Anaheim in California, and eventually became the in-house trainer for the department. In addition, I was a detective in the Crimes Persons Division, and as a canine handler, I handled a patrol dog, narcotics dog, and SWAT dog. In every area, I was a leader and innovator in our unit. In addition, I was the president of the Orange County Police Canine Association and acting supervisor to the canine unit. Falco Canine Academy is dedicated to supplying and training effective police canines and detection teams. These teams are teams that I would want working at my department and working side by side with them on the street. We guarantee all of our dogs and all of our training. If at any time you are not satisfied, we will replace the dog and retrain the team with no additional costs. Because we maintain a valid DEA and ATF license, we take pride in training with real substances of a substantial quantity. We believe it is important that we train and certify your team on the real thing. Our training is always useful, realistic, and relevant for your department. In addition to our realistic training areas and locations, we travel to you to train in the environment your teams will be working. Falco Canine Academy is a master in training dogs and humans. One of the most important aspects of our training is that we ensure that the handler gets all the information they need to be an effective handler and trainer for his dog. One of the premier areas of our training is our decoy training. On a regular basis, we hold classes just for the art of decoying for the police canine.
But it's really hard, and every time they hit you, it feels like a punch. You see the little holes that are in here? You got a hole up here. You want to make sure when you're fighting a dog, you keep your hands in a fist. And that doesn't mean I want you to punch the dogs. It's just I want your digits to be kept in tight so that they don't end up going into one of these holes, especially this hole. That hole's as close as the teeth you're going to get, and you're going to lose the tip of your finger. Other thing is you can get a fingertip over here, and it's really close to the part that closes, which is the strongest part of the dog's jaw, and you're going to get the tip of it taken off. So make sure that your hands are in a fist when you're fighting the dog, and when you're pushing, you can push like a pansy push, but you're going to push the dog away, but make sure your hands are in tight, because if you don't, it's going to hurt. The other thing is if you're coming up and you're going to smack the dog with your hand, he's going to come in this direction, and he's going to bend back one of your fingers, and that's going to hurt. So it's just better just to keep your hands in. Fight the dog with your forearms as much as you can, and that's what you're going to use to push the dog off when you're on the ground or when the dog is up close. Just use your forearms to push the dog off.
So as the dogs are out, they're going to be all lined up, and you're going to be moving back and forth. And as you come up, you're going to come up here, you're going to target the dog in your chest or your stomach. See how I hit you right in the stomach?
Oh, good boy. Good boy. See how close he is to the ankle? We don't want those rebites because those are dangerous. You got to pull back. Good boy. Can't use a suit to teach this because the sleeve's too flexible and movable. All right, now you're going to freeze up, and he's going to give slack in the line a little bit, and he's going to tell the dog to out. When the dog outs, you don't want to move back really fast, or else he's going to jump. You want to slowly back up once he outs. Okay, Decoy, out! Slowly back up. There you go. You don't want to hang out too long either, because if you hang out too long, he's just going to find something to grab.
In addition to our personal training, I've written a book called Modern Decoying for the Police Dog. You can find it on our website. Just like our patrol dogs, our detection dogs are the best in the business. We use real substances for training and certification, and they always are of substantial quantity. Our training always reflects real life situations and distractions. No dog will hit the street unless we are sure it is effective and consistent. Here is just an example of some of the substances we use for our explosive detection dogs. This, of course, is C4. The next jar is Falco. As you can see, we use substantial quantities. We train on vehicles, in buildings, and in any other circumstance or location that we believe your dogs will be confronted with. Here's a dog searching envelopes. We get a confirmation and the reward.
Good boy.
As you can see, we train both passive alert and aggressive alert. It is entirely up to you and your canine program. No matter what type of alert you decide to use, we will ensure that your dog learns to search and locate no matter where the substance is hidden. Even in narcotics, we use real narcotics. Here's an example of some of the cook toys we use when we are beginning to imprint the odors on our canines. We make sure and use real locations, as you see here, which simulates that of a prison cell. And even in locations such as these benches that you will find at a park.
If he gets a couple on the bench, just went through. There you go. Good boy.
As you can see, Falco Canine Academy has a very extensive training program, quality canine selection policy, and a complete liability and documentation policy. All of our services and programs are far more extensive than any other vendor in the industry. For example, every handler receives this 500-page training manual that is continually updated as long as you are under contract with Falco Enterprises Incorporated. We have a members-only area on our website that allows you to stay up to date on training issues, deployment issues, academy announcements, and monthly, quarterly, or annual training forms that are in a PDF file that can be uploaded to your computer and printed out for your records. Every maintenance day is used to ensure your teams are working efficiently and effectively. We ensure that every control behavior is adequately maintained and effective, and we use realistic scenarios that test the handler's ability to problem solve and use his dog properly. One unique aspect to the maintenance training day is the use of what we call a GVC scenario, which is an acronym for Graham versus Connor scenario. This is a scenario that allows us and your administration to be sure that the team is aware of the 3 primary requirements that need to be met prior to deciding to deploy the police canine. This, in addition to all the other tools we use for evaluation, ensures that your team is responsible and efficient in the field. One last important detail that I think is extremely important to you, the administrator. This is in regard to our maintenance training and academies. We are the only vendor who provide not only training in our locations, but we come to your city, your county, or company location, and this allows us to ensure that your dogs are performing in the environment in which they are working. Other vendors will require that you always go to them and train on their training field. The only thing you will achieve for sure is that these dogs work at their training facility. We want to make sure that your dogs work where they work, in your city, county, or company. So, Falco Canine Academy should be your choice for service dogs, whether it's for patrol, in regard to searching for bad guys, protection for the handler, and the liability issues. Detection dogs for narcotics, explosives, guns, or even Pruno. And tactics, such as SWAT dog training, high-risk felony searches, and extreme control circumstances. There is no other choice than Falco Canine Academy. Call us today for all your patrol dog needs.